Today we're covering the Dymo Connect software to print custom barcodes from Libib. There's a few reasons why you might want to use third-party software to print labels. Maybe you want a custom format, maybe you want to use EAN SKUs instead of QR barcodes. They're even great for printing individual labels so that there is no waste, or maybe you want to use spine labels. There's a lot of good valid reasons to use third-party software, so we're going to cover how to do that here. The very first thing that you need to do is export your data out of Libib. So we're going to start with that. We're going to hop on over to Libib. I'm going to go to my library and show you that I have a My Books collection. And I'm going to go ahead and export that. To do that, I'm going to go to the Settings option in the left sidebar. The Collections tab is selected by default. I come to Export Barcode Data.csv, and I can choose My Books from the list and click Export. I've actually already got that. That's this barcodes file down here, and it's ready to go. But while I'm here, I'm going to export my patrons as well. So I'll go to Lending, Export Patron Data, and click Export, and I have my patron file here as well, which I've also already downloaded. So now I am ready to hop on over to Dymo Connect. While yours may look a little bit different than mine, they should be similar. This is Dymo Connect for Mac. The PC version looks a little bit different. There's also different Dymo printers. I have a Label Writer 450 Turbo. You may have a different option. Each one of those variables may make this experience a little different for you, but the steps are probably worth following along. The first thing it wants you to do is to select a address label, select a label. I went with address labels. You can pick whatever you want. They have business cards, they have spine labels, they have a lot to choose from. So pick the one that fits your specific needs. Next, I want you to choose a template. They have a lot to choose from. I like to just do blank and just start from scratch. And I'm going to click that and click open. So now that we've got our blank template, I'm going to start by importing data. Click Import Data, and I'm going to select barcodes from the list because we just downloaded that file, and I'm going to click Open. The first thing you'll do is toggle on Use First Row as column header, and what that does is it makes sure that this item type, barcode, Dymo, title, those aren't included on an actual barcode and instead are used for headers for the rest of the data. Next, you can choose to select all to print all your items, or you can select specific ones. I'm actually just going to select specific ones. I don't feel like I need to import everything. I'm going to click Import. At any time, you can click View Data, and you can see exactly what you chose to pull in. Now that we've imported some data, we can add some items and start designing our actual label template. So I'll go to Add, and I'm going to start with a barcode label. So it adds our barcode label here. I'm going to go ahead and position it and size it like I want. And then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to actually delete this 1, 2, 3 because for some reason they add that in there. We don't need it. We want to use dynamic data. So we're going to delete that out of there. We're going to get an error. I'm going to click on this. And it's going to give us an option to choose the barcode or the Dymo label. So if you choose barcode, you'll actually see here, it says data is too long. You get an area of 13 of 12 characters. That's because they do not want the checksum at the end. And that's why we include this Dymo option as well. And we let Dymo generate the checksum instead. So I'm going to unselect that and I'm going to select this one. And now we're no longer getting an error and it generated our label for us and it's working perfectly. If we were to scroll through this, you'll see that it changes each time. So we're getting unique barcodes for each label now. Now we can add our rest of our data in. So we're going to click Add, we're going to click on Text, and we're just going to add a few things. I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to underline this. I'll leave it bold though. I'm going to delete this ABC and I'm going to add a title. So there's an item title. It's kind of big, so we'll make it smaller. Let's do 12. There we go. We'll resize this to give some more room. Nice. Now we'll add some more text and we'll make this the author. We'll delete that ABC. We'll get rid of the bolding and we will add, I'm going to do the author full name. You could do like first name and last name, and I'm actually going to make this a little bit smaller as well. So you can really get into the design of your label here, as you can tell. I can move it around and give it a nice customized look. It wants us to resize this a little bit. There we go. I'm going to call that good just for this test. And I'm even going to show you if you wanted to add like static information on each label, like your organization name, you can do that. So we'll add text. And we'll make this all caps and we'll say it's my org and we'll make it bold and underlined and italic. And we'll put it right over here. And now when you check each of these labels, you'll see that that is contained on all of them. Then we click print and you would finish your print dialog. I'm actually not connected to my printer, so it's not going to let me print, but hopefully you are connected and you could print this out. That is all there is to creating labels. You can get as fancy as you want, spend as much time as you want. I am going to go ahead and show you how to do QRs. It's very simple. You go ahead and we'll delete this one. We'll go to add a QR code. And we will put this into position. We're going to go ahead and set this to text instead of web URL. And we're going to go ahead and select that, and we're going to choose our barcode field. And now you'll notice as you scroll through, it changes for each one, and now we have the proper information. So now that we've done that, let's do patron barcodes really quick, or patron library cards really quick. We'll go to new. We won't save that. We're going to do a quick search for business cards. And we'll open this. And business cards are the exact same. I chose a simple template instead of the basic one, so it included some information, but I deleted that. We're going to import data, but this time we're going to import our patrons. I'm going to click open. I'm going to toggle this use first row as column header again. I'm going to select all this time, and I'm going to import. I've only got 2 patrons, so I'm going to be creating 2 cards, but it's the exact same process. I'll click add, I'll click text. Here you can select this. I don't want this. Let's do bold only, and let's choose the first name and the last name. And we'll get rid of this ABC at the beginning. And you can move this around and format it like you want. And add all the information you wanted and create a patron library card. It's the same process from here, and then you print it when you're done. So that is the process for creating both label templates and patron library cards. If you have questions, be sure to contact us.